Okay, everybody, I'm back. I hope that this is transmitting okay now. I'm going to give it just a second to make sure that we're live. Okay, now it's functioning correctly. I apologize for the interruption. It was definitely on the Facebook end of things. But here we are. This is part 2 of today's nature journal, and I'm just adding a little tonality to the background. I'm using the side of my color pencil here, and this color is called Early Espresso. It's a dark brown, and I'm just keeping this all in neutral tones at this point. I may decide to add a little bit of color at the tail end, but I want the tones to be more important than the color in this case. All right, I'll zoom you in so you can see a little more closely. There we go. And I'm just making little circular motions to try to keep this nice and smooth. All right. And I think at this point I want to start seeing how my tulips are looking as I add them. So I'm going to get out my bone folder, and I'm just going to give the tulips a little bit of a curl to their shape. Now let me check and see if I can see any comments here. Not so far, okay. Hopefully you're able to see me. There we go. And the same to these extra petals. All right. Now I'm going to get out my dimensionals for this. Go something like that. And actually, before I do that, just lift that back up again. I'm going to sponge the edges a little bit. All right, so I'm just taking my sponge going all around. There we go. Okay. Guess I better do a little bit on here as well. And I'm going a little bit darker on the shadow side to give it that richer accent to add to the dimension. Okay, that should do it. And it looks like I'm going to need some of my mini dimensionals as well. So let me get some of those out. And what I'm doing is I'm using the mini dimensionals onto the added petal because I want that to come away from the main body of the tulip. So that looks something like that. This is almost like paper sculpture. Okay, and one more. Here we go. Okay, so there is the basis for my artwork. so far. And now what I want to do is to add some leaf shapes. So if we look at the stamp set again, you can see I've got several different leaves. Well, actually this is that petal shape. So these are the two leaves, and we've got a couple of stems. So I'm going to go ahead and mount up this stem shape. And what's great about these photopolymer stamps is that you can actually bend them to vary the shapes. So I'm going to do a little bit of that as I go along. So I'm going to start over on this side first. Get my pad. And I'll do this one. Let me see. I want to bend that a little bit less. There we go. I'm running out of room here. I'm going to have to zoom you out so you can see. There you go. Okay, so there are my stems. And I'll add some leaves, cover this up. All right, now I want to vary the shapes of these leaves. So I'm going to grab that other stamp. Okay, I think that's as much as I need right now. So I'm just going to finish up by adding a little bit of highlight to a few of these leaves. and then go back into my shadow areas with my early espresso. And I really like the way this is looking without using the blender pen. I like the way the texture of the watercolor pencil lines works with the shading on the stamp set. So I think that for this one, I'm not going to use that blender pen. I'm just going to keep it with that kind of a sketchy quality. Alright, so there are our tulips, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Write, my chalk marker to increase the highlights. And I just need to add a couple of stems for my medium tulips. I'll just sketch those in. You can add some leaves. And there is my field of tulips. So now I can add a sentiment So I could put a label here or over here. I could add a butterfly, except I'm not sure that butterflies are actually attracted to tulips. I don't know that I've ever seen a butterfly on a tulip, so maybe not a butterfly. But you get the idea. So there's my entry into my nature journal for today. I hope that gave you some ideas. I hope that if you're looking for a Mother's Day card theme, that this one might be a good one for you. Let me know what you think. Show me what you do if you decide to do one of these. I'd love to see it. And subscribe to Notes. I'm just gonna cross this gutter here in the spread so that they connect a little bit better. And that's it for today, folks. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again on Wednesday for Watercolor Wednesday, where I'll be painting a botanical watercolor. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay well, stay happy, and stay creative. And I will see you next time.